Hey, what's up guys? Just want to do a quick video. Got a fuel pump for a 96 Ford F-150. Searching for it on Amazon. I found that a lot of people loved it. They gave it good reviews. But the thing they kept saying was that the wiring harness was so hard to hook up and they had to rewire their car, which was what I found, and I ran into that obstacle. And I figured I'd make a video to help anybody else out who's got the same problem. This is the actual fuel pump we're going to cover today. It's the Spectra fuel pump complete edition here. It's the original fuel pump that's in the car for about a 96 Ford F-150. The model number, if you need it, is SP2007H. This one was about $130 for the complete kit on Amazon. Make sure if you find a cheaper one, you're not buying just the top mount hanging section or just the bottom canister. You want the whole thing, which should look a little something like that. Now the reason there's a problem with the wiring and people are getting confused is there's a cluster of wires coming down from the engine bay going back toward the actual fuel pump. There's 4 wires in that tube. They're 4 different colors. For some reason, there's a clip that goes into a harness, and the 4 wires that come into the other side that go to the fuel pump are a different color from these 2 already from the factory. Why? I don't know. It's old. I haven't had it long. I don't know if somebody's replaced it before, but it doesn't look like it. But the other thing on top of that is the new unit has 4 wires coming from the fuel pump to that original 4 that are a different color than that. So now you've got 12 different wires, all different colors, and you don't know where to go with them. So I tried to make a video to make it quick. That way you got the right setup on your car or truck. Now this is the factory harness here. You would have a wire that comes from the engine to this plug, and you have a plug that comes from the fuel pump into this plug here. And the wire colors on this, if you can see, are like a reddish orange. It's old, it was probably originally red. A yellow and green, a black and white, and a black. And now we'll take a look at the original fuel pump and its colors. Now you can see the old tank here. It has a black, red, yellow, and gray. Here's the new fuel pump, and as you can see, it has a black, a gray, a purple, and a black with a white stripe. Now it comes up to this new harness, which is smaller and won't fit with the old one. So we had to cut the factory off and put a new connector onto the factory side. But which wires go where, because they're all different. So what we had to do is we had to pull a map of what ran what and give you that. Credit the manufacturer, they do give you a map of what wires go with what. But the problem you find is some of the colors that they give, and you see this in a lot of the reviews on Amazon and the place you might buy it, is connect the red or gray wire on your new one to the pink, black, brown, white, or red wire of the old. Connect the purple wire of the new one to the yellow, white, blue, green. There's so many colors, they don't match up, and some of them aren't even on our system, so we don't know where to put them. So, again, we found the map, and we're going to show you where to go with those. Just a quick reference to throw it out there why we got the tank in the first place. For one, it was completely rusted out. It was gone. It was leaking all over the driveway, wasting money and gas. So that was one. And then 2, the reason we got the fuel filter, these trucks have 2 gas tanks, a front and a rear. And one, the switch that I have on my truck looks like this, where you select your gas tank, isn't working. Only the rear works. So I'll maybe make that another video, how to stick that in, but it's real easy. And what happens is, this fuel pump here, it's a common problem with the Ford F-150 truck. It's got a send line, which is the larger pipe here, and a return line. For some reason, that check valve in the return line won't work and won't register right. So it'll send fuel to the car or the engine, and when it comes back, it's not coming back to the back tank. It's going up to the front tank, which can cause it to overflow, or in my case, I can't even use it because the switch doesn't work. So hence both in this one project. Just a little side note. You will also need a fuel line disconnect tool. This is a Titan tool, and you'll need a 5/16 and 3/8 for the Ford. What you'll do is you just slip it over the line like so and close, and it'll apply pressure to the hose while pushing this in toward it, which releases the little ball bearings, and you can pull it off there. It's real easy and simple. Another thing you might want to consider is replacing your gas tank straps. They are super rusty when you take them off, and they don't cost much. These were 22 bucks again on Amazon. But one of the things that you'll find is the factory straps have a rubber coating on the part that applies to the gas tank, because when metal touches metal, it creates rust. But they just come in metal when you order the replacement. So I took a piece of 26-inch bike tire, cut it in half, slid it down the side, and you can get like some Loctite spray adhesive, and just put it right on the back. Give you a lot more years out of it so it doesn't rust out again. Last thing to do is head outside, hook it up so you can see the final wire connections. Let's go. Here's the correct final wiring. This side over here, it comes from the fuel tank. So this is the new part. The purple wire goes to the yellow. The black and white wire goes to black. The gray wire goes to, it's like black and white. On some trucks, this will be a tan color. And the black, solid black, goes to an orange or red wire. Another reason that this is causes so many problems, this is the truck side here coming down from the engine bay. This is the pump power, the black or dark brown one. This is the pump negative, which is red, which doesn't make much sense to me, but it causes a lot of people to run their pump backwards. They can't figure out the problem. So that could be one problem you're having there. That's the correct wiring. Just in case you found this video trying to troubleshoot your fuel system on your F-150, we're going to go over some of the things like the location of the fuse for the fuel system, the location of the fuel relay, and also there's an emergency shut-off switch in the truck in case you're in a wreck or have some kind of major electrical problem. So we'll go over those real quick. In your underhood fuse box, first thing you want to check is your fuel fuse. That's this one here. It's the fourth fuse, but there's not one in the second bay there. It's a 20 amp. So check that to see if it's blown. And also your fuel relay, which is this one here, second black box up from the driver's side. Here's the location to the emergency fuel shutoff switch. Right under it, there's a kick plate here. You take it off, and right in here, you'll see this black thing with the red button on top. If you push that down, you'll reset it if it's been tripped. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this helps at least one person out there if you couldn't figure out what. Big thanks to Scotty Kilmer. If you haven't checked his channel yet, he can fix anything you got going. He's the man. Check him out, Scotty Kilmer on YouTube.